And again, we still have a foreign policy when we're sending billions of dollars a year to Israel to support a genocide, not just in my opinion, but according to international courts. But we also have a foreign policy that supports child migrants in the Congo mining cobalt with their hands, that supports all of our technology, and they're not getting the financial benefits of that. We also have a foreign policy that
They're
supports
not mining cobalt, they're mining coltan. That must be what you're talking about.
Thank you very much.
I gotta fact check you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Even though I still think it might be cobalt, but that's fine.
You probably do. That's probably why you didn't win that re-election.
The point is, there are Black children using their hands in their African country, mining raw materials that the West, meaning white people, meaning Trump's white supremacy, is using to build wealth, and African nations aren't benefiting from that. So that's, again, connected to our foreign policy. It's all fucked up. Listen, the American political system is rooted in white supremacy. And we, on the ground, locally and nationally, need to continue to organize to push against that.
So that's are you then a part of it? Are you a part of white supremacy and blackface in your position in Congress? Because the truth of the matter is, you and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and a lot of these politicians who have been in office for decades. Kamala Harris has been doing this for 21 plus years, almost older than me.
Not in Congress.
Hold up. Listen. Joe Biden has definitely been there longer than me.
We ain't talking about Biden.
Hold on. We're talking about the system. I thought we were just talking about the system.
We are.
1 second. Let me finish. Black man. You have voted to send that money over there.
I haven't.
Hold on. You have voted.
You obviously don't
hold
know.
Hold on. Let me finish, sir.
Let her finish, and then we'll let you respond.
Claiming my time. You have voted and been a part of a party that upholds, built, cultivated, and created these systems. Dare I even say perfected them? And so to sit here and to say that our political system is all of these things when you're in it right now, when a lot of the people that we see coming across our screens and creating the policy have been there for decades. At the end of the day, whether or not Trump is polished or not, because he's been doing this for 4 years versus the person that's been doing it for 21, or before y'all reverse Biden up out of there, who has been doing it for multiple decades, they uphold all of it. And your party in particular has been one who has created policies that have negatively impacted people that look like me and you while sending that money overseas. So I'm just trying to understand, if it's rooted in white supremacy, then are you a white supremacist in blackface that's upholding these structures?
So again, you obviously don't know me and don't know my record to even be talking.
I know you pulled the fire alarm, you lost your election, and now you're sitting outside in DC after having a couple drinks at an event we were just at. I know that's what I know.
Spending his time with our lovely audience, I'd say at that. Thank you.
Absolutely, and that's besides the point, that last point you just said. But anyway, the Republican and the Democratic Party have both been complicit in supporting white supremacist ideology. So let's be clear about that. In my opinion, the Democrats still have done more to support working class people and marginalized people in our country. For example, we continue to support Social Security, we continue to support Medicare, we continue to support the Department of Education and other federal offices that serve the most marginalized people. I still want the party to go further with issues like reparations, with issues like the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, and many other issues. So just want to be clear about that. Republicans, in my opinion, this modern day Republican Party, we're not talking about 100 years ago, 20 years ago, talking about modern day Republican Party. When I pulled that fire alarm, to use your example, they tried to paint me as one of the insurrectionists from January 6th. That was crazy. They have no policies or very little that support the upliftment of our communities, whether it's affordable housing, whether it's childcare, whether it's paid leave, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's reparations. None of that does this current Republican Party support. And so the system has to change.
Don't gaslight us, right?
I'm not gaslighting. Oh my God! I'm
don't
telling
talk about the things that you guys support when you know that your party wasn't the one that created them. Like, how dare you say that Republicans don't support small or minority businesses? Who wrote the bill for the Small Business Administration to be an administration, for the 8A program, which provides those no bid contracts for businesses like mine to be able to work with the federal government in the way that we're able to work with them. That was a Republican that wrote that bill. There was a Republican that started the Small Business Administration, and the programs that are predicated from the Small Business Administration, once again, founded by Republicans. So you can't say that you're supporting these things when the inception of those policies, the inception of Social Security, and the inception of all of these things were predicated by Republicans. But what I will say is that both parties do need to do a better job when it comes to tending to the issues of Black people and speaking to issues of Black people. Absolutely. The problem that we have here is only one of those parties relies on the Black community to stay in positions of power for decades. Only one of them. Only one of those parties promises things every election year, year after year, the exact same things, and produces absolutely no policies for their communities. And I live in a very blue city that was in a red state. I may be in DC right now, but I understand how this works. I used to also live in California when Kamala Harris was my senator, and she was also my attorney general. So I've lived under the rule of both Democrats and Republicans. And what I will say and what I can say is, in some of the largest cities that are ran by blue, and I'm talking super majority, the entire council is blue, the mayor is a Democrat, the areas that we live in look the worst. And they rely on us year after year to give them our votes in exchange for absolutely nothing. So at the end of the day, if anybody owes the Black community anything, whether that be policy, whether that be reparations, it is definitely the party that has used our backs to get ahead.